What are you doing?
I'm setting a timer for you to intro the video.
Why are you setting?
Because we don't have much time and we have to move it along.
So you're timing me as I intro the video.
You will want to know if you go too long. And go.
Hi, we are Jennifer and Justin.
Too long. Go quicker. Okay, and go.
Hi, we're Jennifer and Justin Gerhardt, and we are, and this is video number 2. This is really hard. Why do I have to do it so fast?
Because they don't have a lot of time.
And welcome to video number 2 in the...
Okay, now I'm
That's the same thing I got last time.
I'm just messing with you now.
Welcome to video number 2 for the Love Stuff. This is Jennifer and Justin Gerhardt, and this week we're going to be talking about a second characteristic of love, and that is that love is patient.
Way to go.
I made it. Okay.
Anyway, so timers aside, this week...
The timer was a stupid idea. What?
You can't say that.
I can.
Like, if it was my idea.
Oh.
This week, we're talking about how love is patient. So last night, I asked Jennifer, on a scale of 1 to 10, how patient am I, really?
I give him a 6.
6 out of 10. You know what that is? Like if you're in school taking a test?
An F.
Fail.
It's an F. Yeah.
Fail.
We actually have all the characteristics of love from 1 Corinthians 13 hanging on our kitchen wall. And we were having this conversation and he's like, come on, patience isn't my worst. And looked at the list.
It's the worst one for me. Everybody's gonna have a worst.
Everybody does.
That's mine.
We'll get to mine.
Okay, so for example, every other dinner. Maybe
every dinner.
At home, at a restaurant.
Definitely at restaurants.
Wherever we happen to be. This child of mine.
Who is 7, almost 8.
Who's almost 8, which is almost 10, which is almost 18, basically. She's old enough to know
almost
better.
completely raised.
She falls out of her chair. Just falls out. And she falls onto the ground and she just looks like a turtle that's been overturned.
Yes.
She can't sit square in the chair.
You never know when it's coming.
No, but you know it's coming.
You know it's coming.
And when it comes and she hits the ground, guess who's not like all the picture of compassion? This guy. Most parents, if their child fell onto the ground, would be like, are you okay? These are the natural parenting words.
I don't think that's your first thought, really.
No, I think the words that come out of my mouth are, get up! Are you kidding me? Again? Yes. Those are the kinds of things that come out of my mouth. I'm telling you that not to excuse it.
Parenting wisdom.
I'm telling you that to say that love is patient, and this is an aspect of love I need to work on. An
example of the day-to-day workings of impatience.
If you want an example of the day-to-day workings of impatience, follow me around.
Also, you're working on it.
I really am.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm
You're growing
progress.
for sure. Yeah, when Justin and I first got married, he was a solid 2.5. So now you're a 6.
6 is awesome.
6 is terrific. How have you made the progress? You realize that patience is something you struggle with, and so you've had to figure out what is it and how do I get it? Because you're not just impatient with Eve. In our marriage, you've been impatient with me, and then you're getting so much more patient with me over the years.
Yeah.
So what is it? What have you learned?
Okay, so here's what I know. Patience is the opposite of impatience. Are you tracking with me?
I'm tracking. Which is important because a lot of us know what impatience is, but we're not exactly sure what patience is.
That's true. So impatience gets angry or frustrated or wears thin or whatever when you don't follow my schedule. Right? So that's the heart of impatience.
Yep.
I am at the center of the universe. And my schedule and priorities, my timetable is not just mine, but it is, and it's true, right? It's like whatever I perceive the ideal schedule to be is the ideal schedule.
And that's like everyday schedule. Like, I think we should be eating lunch right now. And I don't care that everyone else has other things going on. We are all going to conform to my will, and we are all going to eat lunch right now. If you want to do something else, then I will be angry at you because of that.
Right.
But it's also bigger things. I think you're mature enough that you should have grown at this point, and you should have learned how to be a better human. And right now, you're not being a good human, and I'm not going to put up with that.
And here's the thing. It's not that you're always wrong about the ideal timetable.
No.
It may be true that this is the ideal pace at which your spouse perhaps, should move. It's just that when they don't move at that pace, you don't have to be a jerk about it.
I mean, this is something I really struggle with in tiny ways. Not that they're tiny, like my mistakes are smaller than yours. But I mean like in little day-to-day ways. I really struggle with this with the planner because I'm the mom. I'm the one who often ends up being the person who schedules our family's time. And I know how much there is to do. And sometimes Justin and definitely the girls, they don't know exactly how much there is to do for the day. And I just sometimes just sit at the dining room table like, we should be doing this right now. I know that I can't make you go at my schedule.
And that's what patience says. You don't have to go at my pace. I will deal with the reality of your pace. So when she doesn't hear you and misses the turn, even though you told her 4 blocks ago that it was coming up, love is patient.
All of the examples on our list,
okay, here we go.
They're all examples of things I do that he has to be patient about.
That's because I'm the one that struggles with impatience.
Okay. You think the reason I am good at patience is because you're wonderful.
Doesn't that make it easier? So when you can't get a hold of her because her phone isn't charged.
I feel like phones
Again.
are not necessary. I feel like they tie me down.
Love is patient. When she still doesn't know how to do that thing on the TV that you showed her how to do more than once, love is patient.
On the big scale, when he's struggling with a sin and keeps losing battles like in a row, and you think, why hasn't he figured this out yet? And it seems to you like it's taking too long. Love is patient. Love says, I can wait, I'll keep praying, and I'll keep rooting for you as long as it takes. When somebody keeps being impatient, you can say, you know what? Love is patient.
Do we have to be patient about somebody else's impatience?
Yes.
This is the kind of stuff that happens, you know this, all the time in marriage. You have multiple opportunities to exhibit patience.
Yeah. Really, every disappointment is an opportunity to be patient. Every time something doesn't happen the way you wanted it to.
Bottom line, when you find your preferred reality bumping up against the not yet of your spouse's reality, it's in those times that love is patient.
Love is patient.
Is a conversation warranted? Sure. Is it okay for you to be a jerk? No. Might you need to admit that your timeline is not sent down from on high? Probably.
It doesn't sound romantic. It's not like in your marriage vows. I promise to bear with you.
That should be in the vows though.
Right.
Like, I promise to deal with you.
A lot of people's marriages are all drama all the time.
Right.
And that's probably because somebody isn't being patient.
Yes.
If you do that, I mean, your whole life is going to be an episode of the Kardashians.
Oh no.
I've never seen an episode of the Kardashians.
Or it's going to be an episode of Jersey Shore.
Have you seen an episode of Jersey Shore?
No.
I haven't either. But the way we imagine these shows.
Oh, and something that is possibly true is that while we talk through patience and how much a marriage needs patience and how love is patient and how patience deals with the feelings of another person, the probability is that you are thinking of all of the realities of your spouse that require you to exhibit patience, right? Right. Fine. But also, let's remember in all of this that you've got a spouse who may well hear this and think of all of the ways that they have to exhibit patience concerning you. Yeah. Let's remember that we don't just have to give patience, we require patience. We are people who are flawed. We're not just married to people who are flawed.
Justin starts listing all the ways that you have to be patient, and I'm like, oh, I'm tough to live with. Just
remember that you're a person who requires patience too. Let's resolve to exhibit the patience we hope to receive. So here's your homework.
Oh, did you do your homework last week? We hope you did your homework last week, that you've been praying for the Spirit to fill you and to grow in you love.
That's right. If you haven't been doing that, that is a prayer you should absolutely pray. This time, what we want to ask you to do, and you gotta have guts to do this, is go to your spouse, tell them I watched this stupid video about how love is patient, and then ask them, how patient am I?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
When I asked Jen, she said,
what's the 10?
What's the scale? And I said, well, 10 is Jesus. And she's like, so you're a -2. And I said, let's make the 10 a different thing. 10 is what you see as my potential. That's your homework. Go to your spouse, ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being my full potential, how patient am I really?
And realize, like, once you know that, no matter what the number is, that's a gift to know it. And be able to see clearly.
Yeah,
for a
anytime
second.
somebody tells you the truth
Yeah.
about you, it's a gift. So go find the truth and then ask God to make you even.
I'm trying to find the alarm so I can
trying-
buzz you.
I'm trying to wrap it up. Ask God to make you more patient.
Don't buzz your spouse with an alarm when they're talking.
Be happy.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already
Do subscribe.
for what we hope will be helpful content every couple of weeks and some homework that will be productive but kind of annoying.
that you will do and we will grade.
Okay, nothing of that sort is happening.
People like grades.
We're not even giving grades.
Helps them know how good they are. Or
Or-
bad. But
I got a
mostly good.
6 out of 10 on my last grade.
That's true. I make straight A's.
Start today.
You're a jerk.
Be happy, don't you cry.
But I'm gonna be patient with you.
Alibi.
Thank you.
Be happy.
I'm out of focus and you're in focus.